What's going on, guys? Check in.
Kara.
And we are here with part 3 of Kara Watches Harry Potter. I'm not sure that's the title I'm going with. I'm still making this up as I go. But anyways, we just finished watching Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So, right off the bat, I'm going to ask Miss Kara, what do you think of the movie?
It was wonderful than I thought it was going to be.
It was wonderful that you thought it was going to be?
I thought it was going to be like 3 hours.
Well, it was 2.5. I mean, this is the first time that didn't have an extended cut, whereas Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets both had extended cuts. This one was just the regular theatrical version, but it was still about 2.5 hours long. So it was still a pretty long movie. But it goes at a good pace. I mean, it's not like I'm bored at any point in it. I'm just like, were you get through it? Good. Mm-hmm. So what I found interesting about this, again, I point out what I like about watching these with her is I have not seen these in forever. So I'm like watching these for the first time again, really, and probably the first time really piecing the puzzle together of the story. Because the first time I watched it, I watched everything on DVD when it came out, except for the last two, and I got lost because I'm waiting like a year or two in between each movie, so I'm forgetting everything. The second time I watched it, the sets here, but it all was kind of a blur, so I didn't really just, I didn't focus. This time around, rewatching them, and I think, again, with, the bigger picture sound, whatever, I'm more focused on it probably as I'm watching her, but I'm actually getting stuff now. What I think that's interesting about this is, unlike the first two, you don't deal with Voldemort. You don't really have a bad guy necessarily. This is more like a mythology episode or film, because you're dealing more into some backstory that will play later on. You're also introducing a couple key characters, primarily Sirius Black, played by the great Gary Oldman, and Professor Lupin.
Professor Lupin.
Professor Lupin, played by David Thewlis, which are really good characters, and like I said, will play a major part going forward. But that's really it. There's not necessarily, there is kind of a bad guy, but it's more like this, kind of the I won't say MacGuffin. It drives the story going through. The reveal at the end, which I don't give away in case you've never seen Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm going to keep it simple, because there is some secrets and some reveals. So, what did you like about this film?
What were they called again?
The what?
The
Dementors, or
Dementors.
The Dementors, the scary. Okay.
Just confused how they turn everything like frozen.
Well, again, the point is they're less kind of like soulless, they're cold, they're evil, they're taking away everything that's good and joyful. That's when they're making everything that's cold, and it's a really good effect, and they're very creepy. I think it's the first time. I mean, you've had some kind of scary things in the first two films, but I think it's the first time you have something really scary and demonic. Of course, the Dementors are like the the bounty hunters of Azkaban. And I tell her that they remind me a lot of ring wraiths from the Lord of the Rings. Again, what I find interesting, these two series came out around the same time, and there's a lot of, obviously they're separate books, separate, they're written different times, but there's a lot of character similarities you can find with each other. And ring wraiths are, very similar to the Dementors in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But they're very cold and dark and, big and evil.
When they just open their mouth to have Harry's soul,
yeah.
I'm like, fix your teeth. There's one teeth right here.
Very focused on dental hygiene.
Fix your teeth.
A couple other interesting cast things to point out. You have Emma Thompson as I don't remember her name. I didn't catch her name, honestly, but she's
Hermione?
No, Emma Thompson. She was the teacher, with the glasses. Emma Thompson. She's the actress.
Crazy?
The crazy teacher. Yeah, she was
in Matilda.
She was in Matilda. Yeah, she plays the headmistress of that school in Matilda. She's very Emma Thompson loves being under heavy makeup. She's very good at it. This is also the debut of Michael Gambon taking over the role of Dumbledore after the passing of Richard Harris, who was Dumbledore in the first two films. And I think he does a really good job. Obviously, you can't. It's hard to replace such a legend as Richard Harris was, and he had his Dumbledore is very, you can tell he's very old and wise, and then he has that great voice. Michael Gambon,
it's like very loud.
Yeah, he's got a very loud booming voice. So he's got a great presence and kind of really commands everything. He can tell he's a driving force. Whereas Richard Harris was very paternal, in like grandfatherly, like giving you advice. But Michael Gambon, you tell, is definitely a little more active. Probably because he's also a little bit younger than Richard Harris was too. But it's good. I think it doesn't really take you away from the cash switch doesn't bother you too much. You go with it, and it's good. Michael Gambon will be really good going forward.
It just needs makeup.
Yeah. I like that too. That point is that Michael Gambon's costume appearance is reminiscent of what Richard Harris did, but not quite the exact same thing. To make him similar, but his own style, which I think is good. They didn't just try to make it look completely like Richard Harris did. It's, gave him the long beard and all that, and similar, similar outfit, but not quite the same. But it's good. Mm-hmm. Anything else that sticks out with you that you liked?
Time traveling.
Yes, this is very Back to the Future Part 2. She won't get that. With in Back to the Future Part 2, there's a thing where the main characters have to go back to events from the first movie, and they're watching themselves, very similar to what happens in this film. They're watching their events unfold they've never been a part of. It gets all timey-wimey, as my Doctor Who friends will call it. So yeah, that was an interesting take on. Again, I don't want to say too much if you've never seen it.
Yeah.
We want to keep it spoiler free. Again, movies like these actors are like 40 and 50 years old now. The early kids, actually, they're probably like 30, close to 40. So if you've never seen it by now, then you're probably not going to watch it. But if you haven't, I hope you do. So compared to, yes, that's your necklace. What's the deal with the necklace?
Hermione, time traveling.
She has
watching, but
again, you're giving stuff away. That's a plot point. It's no, we don't give stuff. I still got to get her to understand spoilers, but that's okay. But again, the movie's like 30 years old, and that's on you. So, but okay, so you've seen 3 movies now. Mm-hmm. We're almost at the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
How would you put this one against the first 2?
That's hard.
Do you remember the first 2?
Yeah. Okay. There's Sorcerer's Stone and Secret Chamber.
Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know their titles, but you remember the movies.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but how would you rank Prisoner of Azkaban against those 2? Like if you could put them in an order, or where do you think this fits?
To be honest, 8.
It can't be 8. You've only watched 2 movies.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, out of the 3 movies you watched, okay, where do you put this at? 1, 2, or 3? In the order of you watched them, out of the 3 you watched, what is your favorite one so far?
Oh.
This one. Okay. What would be your second favorite?
Sorcerer's Stone.
And then Chamber of Secrets is the third. Okay. It's a long way to get to that, but okay. Actually, yeah, I think so far, this has been my favorite one of the 3 so far. I really liked. You're definitely, the kids are supposed to be like 13 years old around this time. I think you're starting to delve into a little more, like I said, the getting away from the kind of silly kid stuff. I mean, it's still there, but you're starting to get a more serious matter. Dealing with Sirius Black, which is a great character, and again, it's opening the story up to what's going to unfold later on. But I really like the world building, if you will, the mythology that's being put in front of you. I like that it wasn't as, oh look, here's another kind of Voldemort. We kind of went away from that and just helped open up the story. So yeah, I really like this a lot. So okay, so next up is going to be I think it's Goblet of Fire is 4. I can't remember. I can look back, but I'm not going to. We'll just wing it. So, any final thoughts on Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban?
That tree's evil.
Who's evil? Oh, the tree. That's right, the tree. I can't remember. It's another great thing I like about this, too. A couple things I want to point out. I mentioned this to her. This film, Harry blacks out a lot in this movie. For whatever he passes out, faint, something happens, he gets knocked out. But they do a lot of they do a lot of like irising out or going black and him waking up. There's a lot of that. But there's also a great imagery they use throughout the film to suggest the passage of time, and it has to do with this tree that's in front of Hogwarts. It's a living tree, but dealing with with winter came, the one leaf falling, all shakes them all off, and when it's winter's coming, when spring is coming, and the snow is all melted on the tree, and he just shakes it off like a dog shaking off being wet. But they always cut to that as you're doing it, which is always an interesting thing. Plus, you find out there's a little more to that tree than we know. I think that might be the same tree that ate the car.
Yeah, that is the same tree.
Yeah, I can't remember what that tree was called, but yeah. So I do love that. Actually, I guess the tree has a bigger part in this movie, but that was pretty cool. So, and of course, you have the Marauder map is prominent in this, so much so they use it in the credits. So that's a very big thing. I can't remember if that's an issue or comes something you use later on, or it's just for this film. But it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's not a lot of Alan Rickman, Severus Snape. Kind of a light on him, which is, but what you get him is always great because he's always phenomenal to have him. Okay, anything else from you on this? Any other thoughts or feelings you want to share?
Norp.
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 Norp. Okay.
Norp.
So, we enjoyed Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Watch it now if you haven't watched it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like 20-some years. Get on that. Okay. So, that is it for now. If you enjoyed this, click thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Let us know if, have you seen Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban? I'm pretty sure you probably have. Where do you place it along the other Harry Potter films? Have you read the book? I never read the book. She's in the middle of reading the Sorcerer's Stone, so it's interesting. I'm curious what the differences are in book and film, or just say hi. We'll always take hi. So until next time, this is Chuck and
Kara
saying we will see you on the other side.
Yeah.
Mischief managed.